Hello everyone, welcome back. And I'm still on this mermaid journey, painting of the meaning of art, and surrealism is what I'm trying to like make this meaning using surrealism elements inspired by Camilla D'Erico. You can see the intro video. I'm still in gouache phase. I'm not yet ready for oils. And there's a few, I like how it's going, but she does need a little nose job right here. A little bit too big of a nose, but that's okay in the first phase. And then I'm going to be blocking off this area here where the book is and the brushes and the fishies. Now, the colors I want down here are going to be darker, and then up here will be lighter, like a split of half and half. So like this is like the deep, and this is where, you know, like the obstacles were in life and all this other stuff. And then she's bringing this, she's able to bring that from the deep, etc. Okay. And then I found this little gem right here. I bought this from Gabrielle De La Cruz. Back when I was at university with her. So I am wanting this kind of like color right here in the deep in here where it's the blue. I want to bring in blue, but of course I'm going to retain pink. I love pink. So, so like a blue, pink, metallic, maybe some metallic. And so this is the color vibe I'm going for in the deep part. And then of course the top part will remain light and vibrant and pinker. And my goal is to paint every day, even a little bit, so you don't like get burned out. I'm gonna go in with blues, okay, because that is like the main color, but I'm still retaining the lines. The little fishies, I can still see them. They'll come back. And that nice gradient is going to be probably like outside of these lines here. But I'm really just trying to block off elements and get that composition going. Take some water. Now I am working on canvas, but you could still use gouache in this way. And I haven't completely mastered it, but I'm getting better with gouache. I would have used acrylic, but I don't have a lot of acrylic. And honestly, acrylic, I don't really have a lot of patience with that really either. So gouache it is, just because I want things to dry faster in this stage. And I'm using Mia Himi gouache. I'm also using the Himi brushes along with that gouache. Here's the book. I want the colors to be lighter in the center right there. So that's, I'm going to add some. I'm using this blue right here. It's a lighter blue, and then I'm going to take some white to make that a nice light blue right here. And just focus on laying down your colors. All right. Nice, beautiful, vibrant blue, light blue. Like a rainbow dash blue. All right, and then this is Camilo D'Erico's art piece right here, and then see the lines. That is the effect I want to go for. So there's a lot of like pink and blue and some creams and different hues here, and some orange. So that's kind of what I'm wanting to go for, like that. So like the blues, darker blues, and then the magenta and reds. Lay this down here. Right here on the edge of the previous line. And then on this line down here, and now I'm making like a peach, like a beige for this outside part. Actually, I'm going to just paint that in the whole area right here. That nice beige. Mia makes, of course, their own skin tone, and you can use that, but I add a bit of magenta in there. It's like a Naples yellow right here. And then add some white to get a lighter color, and then the magenta. And there you have a nice beigey tone hue. Because I want this area to be dark, but not to be too overtaken, because this is where things are becoming or coming back that have resurfaced. And it looks too light right now, but I'm going to be taking peach to it and feathering different colors in. So trust the process. That's what someone told me one time. Trust the process. It's hard to do, but if you trust the process, then everything should be okay. And then the beauty of, art. If it doesn't come out, you can add more colors to it. Change it. Take an element out. But my goal here is to simply block off things to create my composition. It's not necessarily any details. So don't worry too much about how things are looking right now. Just take your time. Color. Of course, I'm going to do a magenta, and I'm going to add some Sierra, magenta and Sierra, to create my book base color. There's going to be a lot of different, and then paint. Don't like just color it completely. Take your paintbrush and paint in strokes. Block off the colors. And what would be darker, lay down your colors. But everyone has their own style. I mean, graphic art versus graphic, I mean like art, like gouache is used for like different stylistic art. Anyways, don't forget to dab your brush. So I've got that darker color, and then I'm gonna make a lighter color. I'm gonna take this pretty pink right here, lay that down, and you know what, I think that would look nice. Just a lot of white. Take some white. The lightest part of this book. And just put that color down. You could smooth it out later, but painterly strokes where you can see the actual strokes on is nice too. And put that right there in the center of the binding of the book. I'm using a filbert right now, but eventually I'm going to switch to a round small brush. There, it's looking very nice. Don't worry about covering the other color, because eventually you're going to go back and bring out like the shading. It is covered. I'm just going to take this white, since I have it on my brush, and just add another varied line down here. Play with it a little bit. There we go. Oh, and then I think I missed some blue. Yeah, I did. The blue got cut off right there behind her hand. To avoid that, I draw through things, you know, but sometimes things get lost when you're painting. There we go. Let's bring some of that blue back in. And the blue is back. I can come back later to fix up her fin, her front of her tail. Here, I think that's good. Now, it's also good to have certain things, certain elements get covered. So that's what I'm going to do down here. Instead of bringing the blue completely down, forget to bring her fin. I'm going to take this peach and pink and have her front of her tail come over that. The fishies and the brushes got painted out. I'll be painting them back in. And after this dries, you know, you can take a pencil. Well, I prefer using color erase pencils, and you can normally draw over this stage because it's not that thick. But let me focus on this outside part. So I'm wanting kind of a blue gradient that I showed you in the beginning, right? So I am going to take I want to keep this a darker blue. But let's just lay down some color. Can bring back the bubbles later. And the purple will stay on the bottom where the water is the deepest. This is the drip from the top. Do not want to lose that. There, and then I get my color that I'm wanting. Purple. I want to make my black at this point, so I am going to take a purple and indigo, purple indigo, and let me just get this off my brush. And then a red. That creates this black here. That's natural. I never use black by itself. That's made so because it makes it very dull looking. Because down here I want this to be dark. Don't want to lose these bubbles. I can bring them back though, so worry too much. I'm mainly just blocking off color, getting my idea out of my brain onto this canvas. Well, I lost that bubble. That's okay. I can bring it back later. Just need to get this down. There we go. Dab your brush and get to fading. I'll just pull it up into that blue I had earlier. And soon I'm going to have to be switching my brush out. This beige is a little bit too much for me, but that's why I'm going to take a white and get some different colors down here. Maybe more of a gray than a beige. That's okay. There we go. I ain't worried about it too much right now. Maybe actually pink. Right now things are wet, so I'm probably going to have to wait till things dry, and you can step back away from it, step back from it, and then look at it with fresh eyes. Go watch a TV show and then come back. I use a lavender for these bubbles just to see, place it back onto my picture plane. There we go. Come back, bubbles. All right, so I have things blocked off now. I need a break, guys, so see you in the next episode in the art meaning canvas I'm working on with the surrealism and elements like that. So see you guys. Bye now.